Where is the integrity of the government over here? Listen, you are the government. You are not anybody else. You are not a private individual. The court is not going into the transfer issue. Is it your case that there is no vacancy in and around Kolkata, in and around it is you send him to Alipurdwar?
No, but at this, what can see? His grievance is against the transfer.
No, I am not concerned about his grievance. He may have a grievance with his transfer. There is a different forum to look into it. The court is not concerned.
But how she can apply, get an information for the government file?
Any third person cannot get an information from the government?
No,
what are you saying?
But a third person provided, he is connected with that. She is an employee of the government.
May not be an employee. The Right to Information Act, does it mean that only the government employees will be provided information?
But what is this?
You should have a limit to making submissions. Somebody whispering something in your ear and you are just placing it before the court, a senior advocate, please do not do it. Please, you should know that you are a designated senior advocate and you should maintain this amount of the decency as to how submissions are to be made in court. Please, petitioner. Yes.
This is a matter, my lord, where, my lord, I have prayed for access of public documents.
All right.
My lord, on last occasion, pursuant to a lordship's order, my lord, they have provided me with the information. I have taken an exception to it.
Copy.
Nothing is applied to me.
Copy.
Okay. How can I go?
Short.
Copy down.
Yes.
The fact remains, my lord, according to it.
Did you also file an opposition?
No. Kindly see the prayer in the description.
I'll come up.
Kindly see the prayer in the description.
It is his case. Let him place.
Page 44.
Let him place. It is his case.
Kindly see the prayer.
Yes. It is his case. I'll see the prayer. It is his petition. He will place it, and I'll see it definitely.
But just kindly come to your lordship's order.
Yes.
19th of June 2025.
Yes.
But your lordship order dated 19th June, my lord, paragraph number 12.
Yes.
Well, it says, my lord, the transfer policy of the industrial development officers under Directorate of MSME, the number of employees transferred from the establishment headquartered to other establishment more than 200 kilometers away from the permanent residential address of the officers in the last 1 decade be placed before this court on the returnable date. This was your lordship's relevant order. And my lord, on 2nd of July, your lordship has directed that the it has been paragraph 2, it has been specifically submitted. There is no transfer policy in place in the subject department. The department merely follows certain guidelines. These are the two essential parts, my lord. First of all, the document which has been supplied, my lord, it is not a guideline. It's in the nature of compliance report before this court. But your lordship may come to page number 5. Compliance report as per the order passed by Honorable Justice such and such dated 19/6/2025. But in my exception only, page number 5.
No, but then their compliance must be here.
It was handed over to me.
Oh, it was
given to me by your lordship. In the last occasion, I will hand.
You handed over to the court.
It is touching the just may I permit to my.
It was just handed over to me. It was not taken on record of the court.
निश्चय नहीं record है.
First, kindly excuse me. May I permit to hand over?
Is this the document?
No, it is the document, my lord, but the answer they have given.
This one.
This is not on record.
It was not taken on record. As per your lordship's order, it was just handed over to me.
Right.
It was not taken on record.
Had it been taken on record, then it would have been reflected over here.
It was not taken on record.
Right.
Information has been produced before the court today, has been handed over to the learned advocate for the petitioner for perusal. It was not taken on record.
Yes, please.
Lord, kindly see page number 5 of my exception.
Yes.
Compliance report as per order passed by Honorable Justice Amrita Sinha
Hmm.
dated 19/6/2025 of
Hmm.
WPA number 13305 of 2025, Sudeep Chandra and another versus State of West Bengal and others.
Hmm.
Lord, this is given as a compliance report. My lord, they say that they follow a guideline.
Hmm.
So guideline, my lord, it was not produced before this court. The second part is page 6.
Hmm.
Your lordship, my lord, the order specifies how many percent was transferred from the headquarter more
To
than
some other place more than 200
200
kilometers away.
kilometers. Serial number 2, Shivdas Ganguly.
Hmm.
My lord, he was transferred 200 kilometers in his residence. My lord, kindly see his Ondal development block, just the opposite, Poschim Bardhaman. And the next page, my lord, I have annexed Shivdas Ganguly. His address is at, my lord, page 8, address 07 Ghoshpara, Ondal, Durgapur.
Hmm.
He was given posting at his home. It may be 200 kilometers, is just the opposite. That is the information that has been supplied.
All right.
Now, my lord, I will just place the supplementary affidavit. The though by document your lordship have taken it on record. Supplementary. The information which has been supplied by them, and thereafter, my lord, an appeal have been preferred. Your lordship has directed in the pendency of the writ petition, appeal may be preferred. But this is a supplementary affidavit of the information that has been supplied.
Hmm.
Wait a copy.
Everything is supplied at the time of hearing.
Hmm. Hmm.
Let's just
Hmm.
place my case. এইটা তো আপনার কাছে আছে ডকুমেন্টটা। My lord,
Yes.
so far as query number 5, my lord, which is very important, my lord, I will just place 2-3 judgments in this regard. That my the reply which has been given, my lord, in query
Please
number,
provide copy of the note sheets.
yes, my
Yes.
lord, the next is very important. If required, the directorate shall provide the same before any court of law according to the direction of the honorable court. My lord, I respectfully submit, my lord, efficacious alternative remedy or a statutory appeal is not a bar of high court to pass order for getting public information.
Hmm.
My lord, there are ample number of judge, and when can secrecy be maintained?
Hmm.
My lord, there is also a specific order judgments passed by the honorable Supreme Court.
Hmm.
When it is a case of fundamental right, affecting fundamental right, my lord, I can pray before your lordship that the information may be supplied. As of now, my lord, the latest judgment of the Supreme Court, that is at paragraph 17, the citation the 2023 SCC online SC 1334.
SCC online.
Judgment
134. 134. 134.
1334. আরে জাজমেন্টের কপিটা দাও। 2023 আরে কপিটা। May I just read it out, Milord? I shall দেখো বার করো। Milord, just may I read it out, paragraph 17. The right to information is not a statutory right, for it has been recognized as a constitutional right. Freedom of speech and expression under Article 19(1)(a) includes the right to acquire and disseminate information. Right to information has also been recognized as a facet Article 21. The intersection with the constitutional right entails and highlighted the burden of responsibility on the CICs and SICs to ensure that the individual get access to information on matters of public concern under the provisions of RTI Act. So, my lord, it is recognized as a fundamental right. আরে জাজমেন্টটা এখনো বার করতে পারলে না?
Yes.
Well, next I would just place paragraph 14, efficacious alter. এটা আছে, এটা বার করো। 1998, volume 8, SCC 1.
Hmm. Place the point.
Well, just this I have with me, Lord. Paragraph 14.
Yes.
Paragraph.
State of Rajasthan ki? State of Rajasthan. That's it.
No, Whirlpool Corporation versus Registered Trademarks, Mumbai. My lord, paragraph 14. Well, may I just read it out? Power to issue prerogative writs under Article 226 of the Constitution is plenary in nature and is not limited to any other provisions of the Constitution. This power can be exercised by the High Court not only for issuing writs in the nature of habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, quo warranto, and certiorari for enforcement of any fundamental rights contained in Part 3 of the Constitution, but also for any other purpose. And my lord, in paragraph 15, my lord, it says, my lord, under Article 226 of the Constitution, High Court, having regard to the facts of the case, has a discretion to entertain or not to entertain writ petition. The High Court has imposed upon itself certain restriction, one of which is that if an effective and efficacious remedy is available, the High Court would normally exercise, not normally exercise its jurisdiction, but alternative remedy has been consistently held by this court not to operate as a bar in a not to operate a bar in at least three contingencies, namely where there is writ petition has been filed for enforcement of any fundamental rights, well, right to know and right to access public documents, and that which relates to my transfer has been made from the note sheets which they have prepared, and my lord, I have been sent from Kolkata to Alipurduar. My basic fundamental part.
You are a resident of which place?
No, I am a resident of North 24 Parganas.
Not close to Kolkata.
Close to Kolkata. Close to Kolkata. And I have been sent to Alipurduar. So there is a proposal, and my basic allegation in the before the challenging the order of transfer is that, my lord, the private respondent hearing, he is also made a party in those matters, my lord. There is a division bench stay order that because of his influence, because I was making, my lord, consistent representation that he should not be kept in the transfer assisting committee because he is a influential person of a ruling political dispensation. And my lord, he has proposed it, my transfer, and because of his influence, I have been transferred from Kolkata to Alipurduar. And my lord, the information which has been given, disclosed by my learned senior friend, it only shows I am the only person in the last 20 years who have been transferred more than 700 kilometers. So that is why, my lord, I need this information. The purpose behind it is entire note sheets and everything, my lord, so that I get some document to place it before the tribunal. It is fixed on next week. These documents maximum would be used for the purpose of giving it to the court to show the malafide of the transfer. This is my respectful submission. And my lord, so far as secrecy is concerned, I have one judgment, that is, my lord, when can secrecy be maintained? My lord, it is Dinesh Trivedi, 1997, volume 4, SCC 306.
1997?
1997, volume 4, SCC 306. Paragraph 16 and 17, my lord.
Proposition?
Secrecy. Maintaining secrecy.
Yes.
In the modern constitutional democracy, it is axiomatic that the citizens have a right to know about the affairs of the government which have been elected by them, seeks to formulate sound policies of governments aimed at their welfare. However, like all other rights, even this right has been recognized limitation. It is by no means absolute. This court has in many an opportunity to exert itself upon this issue. In case of state of UP versus Rajnara, and Matthew eloquently expressed this proposition in the following words: my lord, in a government of responsibility like ours, where all the agents of public must be responsible for their conduct, there can be but few secrets. The people of this country have a right to know every public act, everything that is done in a public way by their public functionaries. They are entitled to know the particulars of every public transaction in all bearing. The right to know, which is derived from the concept of freedom of speech, though not absolute, is a factor which should make one wary when secrecy is claimed for transaction which can, at any rate, have no repercussion on public security. To cover with the veil of secrecy the common routine business is not in the interest of public. Such secrecy can seldom be legitimately desired. It is generally desired for the purpose of the parties and policies or personal self-interest or bureaucratic routine. The responsibility of the officials to explain and to justify their acts is safeguarded against oppression and corruption. Paragraph 17 is very important. Implicit in this assertion, the proposition that transactions which have serious repercussions on public security, secrecy can legitimately be claimed because it would then be in the public interest that such matters are not publicly disclosed or disseminated. But this is the main fundamental purpose of secrecy. If it have any repercussion in public security. Now, my lord, I have sought for a document. It directly affects me relating to my transfer order. From July 30th, 2024, the file was processed. I have just want that. But what is the bar? Even then, my lord, I would say there is an admission on the part of the person signing it is the Directorate of MSME SPIO. Query number 5. If required, this directorate shall provide the same before any court of law according to the direction of the Honorable Court. So they are willing to supply. Just what they are doing is they are dragging the time. Because right to information, my lord, it is also a time-bound manner. If the information is given, my lord, after 6 months or 1 year, my lord, it will be of no use. That is why, my lord, I have approached before your lordship.
Yes.
But so far as the affidavit filed today, just I've been thought with copy. I'll look into it. But kindly see for a moment what is the prayer made in the writ petition at page 44. Sorry. Page 44. Prayer B. A writ in the nature of prohibiting the respondent not to implement the transfer order number such as dated 7th May 2025.
No, that is the annexure, my lord.
No, this is page 40.
No, that is the annexure of the other matters.
Sorry.
The prayer starts from page 14.
Page 14. Sorry.
14. Page 14, the prayer before your lordship. That was prayer before other court.
B. There is commanding authorities and chairman to provide immediately forthwith to furnish information as prayed for the petitioner through RTI application dated 19th May 2005, 23rd May within 48 hours. Then provide me furnish authenticated copy of all documents relating to the transfer of the petitioner, particularly the representation made by the head of the instrument recommending the petitioner for transfer of the note sheet relating to the transfer of the petitioner and all other transfer related to the document after giving opportunity to inspect all documents within 48 hours. Then, kindly see the report of the AG Bengal. They have conducted an inquiry.
Where is that report?
Yes, kindly see. 6 posts are there in Alipurduar, out of which all are vacant.
And you found the petitioner to be the most appropriate person to be sent over there?
We have transferred 5 persons. 5 persons. Can you see this serial number 5, Sudeep Chando, headquarter to Kalchedi, and then Sumit Ghosh from headquarter to Mirik, Darjeeling district. Sri Ramakrishna Datto.
No, from Mirik to Alipurduar and from Kolkata to Alipurduar makes a lot of difference.
We should have to maintain the administration. But if there is nobody there, if DM is asking for a officer, and on the basis of the report of the AG Bengal, we have decided to fill up the vacancy.
Yes, you fill up the vacancy.
Yes.
First of all, you do not have a transfer policy. So you must accommodate people according to the guidelines that you are following. Right? And you found the petitioner to be the person who has to be carried.
That is up to the administration, not for the who will be transferred, who will not be transferred.
This is where the malafide is brought in.
But the malafide is to be whom? Against a person concerned, not against a officer. Has he been implemented? Any person is a malafide? Officer concerned, can see director, nothing, can you see the who is the respondents?
Yes.
Prayer is on the RTI, not on the transfer order. Kindly consider this.
That he will take into consideration, but then he wants the note sheets. Why are you not supplying that?
Note sheets cannot all the times subject to approval matter. There is a judgment of this. So note sheets is a document detained by the government and by the correspondence between the one officer to the another officer. But
Yes.
all these documents cannot be made available publicly made
You are not making it available to the public. It is his document. It
But,
concerns
provided
his
his document.
life. It is his document.
His document. But if he has been agreed by the decision of the right information officer, he has got a remedy under the.
No, he'll avail that remedy. That is different. That is different. The court wants to know, why are you not giving him the note sheet that he requires?
2010, volume 5, 1 SSC, page 1 to 6, paragraph 5 and 7. In our view, the High Court had failed in rejecting the declaration on the aforesaid ground. First, the order of termination was passed without assigning so-called notice, applied without initiating disposition by the authorities. It is well settled that the declaration can be held to be maintainable even an alternative remedy is available on an agreed party when the court or tribunal lacks inherent jurisdiction for enforcement of fundamental rights, or if there had been a violation of the principles or necessity or there is an act of question. The aforesaid exception recognized this court were taken note of this court in Collector of Customs versus such and such, that is reported in 1961 report 150. Great. The above exception, the alternative remedy was available to the same view was spread. Such being the position of law of the admitted fact, the case that before termination of the service of petition, no dispute proceeding was initiated. It is clear from the record that the order of termination was passed without initiating this.
What is the proposition that has been laid down in that judgment that you are referring? What is the proposition?
Efficacious alternative remedy.
And my lord judgment sitting singly in Hemchand Gupta versus Union of India.
What is the proposition?
Proposition, my lord, so far as if an employee of the government or for pension approach this honorable court after the judgment of L. Chandra Kumar, my lord held that advocate quorum non-judice. My lord held, kindly see the last paragraph.
You show me the judgment that you are relying upon for not supplying the information sought for by the petitioner, the note sheets.
But whether the writ petition could be entertained by your lordships, so far not giving any information except prayed for by him, when there is a statutory provided,
that judgment my learned senior friend is showing, my lord, it specifically says, according to me, subject to correction by your lordship, that efficacious alternative remedy is not a bar. Let him place, I will show. Paragraph.
No, this is, I can remember. This is the.
Your lordship sitting in mode of court number 24 delivered this judgment.
Yes. This is all right. But then, is this against, this is in favor of the petitioner?
No.
That judgment relates to service, and this I am praying for right to information.
Right to information.
What is the prayer made in the petition? Kindly see, it's a prayer.
Prayer is, my lord, access of public documents.
Access of public documents provided under the Right to Information Act. If he is agreed by an information that is not available, then go to the first appeal, or then but ultimately the writ court.
What is your reason for not supplying the document, you please say?
Already you have given the information. Whatever the information available, we have given, and but a bunch of papers, but what have been transferred, or how long we have given. I have got a copy. I can hand over to your lordship.
No, this I see. I do not know whether you submitted today or the last day. I see this is over here. Thing is, the
transfer order.
No, my lord. I want.
The court is not concerned.
That contains processing and decision of posting of industrial development officer. This is the question in question number.
The petitioner intends to have the documents which triggered his transfer.
Great.
Query number 5.
Query number 5. Question number.
Query number 5. This type of information is exempt from the disclosure if it does not protect the integrity of the government as specified in section 8, 9.
Where is the integrity of the government over here?
But if this is not satisfied with him,
Listen, you are the government. You are not anybody else.
Yes,
you are not a private individual.
representing him.
You are the government.
Government means
Yes, you are representing all the employees of your setup.
yes.
Now, relying on certain information, certain representation, you form the opinion to transfer the petitioner.
Yes.
What are those?
But a transfer is not for only 1%, 5% as a stopgap measure we have transferred.
Stopgap?
No, but because of the requisition made by the.
So it's not stopgap.
No, but kindly see that there is a report by the AG Bengal that there is a 6 post is lying vacant. So far, Alipurduar is concerned, we have already transferred 1% to keep up the situation because of the Election Commission of India is asking for more people in the district.
Election is over.
No. Election Commission is asking for more people because of verification and of the electoral load is going on. That's why.
Yes. So is it your case that after verification is over, the petition will be brought back? That is not your case.
It could be debated. Certain information could be given there.
May
I cannot follow. Deputation means something else.
No, at least some people must be there. At least some people must be there. Post is lying vacant because he has been transferred to a particular place of posting. Cannot be said by the Rich Court in research, even after the El Chattopadhyay judgment. No, he should not be transferred.
The court is not going into the transfer issue.
Right to information has been asked by his wife, not by
We are kindly say who has applied for the Right to Information Act.
Now you will go to various other issues.
No. Kindly see who has asked for the Right to Information. Priyanka Chanda. Priyanka Chanda
is my wife.
His wife.
Yes.
Then Priyanka Chanda is a
both of them are writ petitioners, my lord. I am both husband and wife, both of them are.
Priyanka Chanda also an agreed person, and her husband is also an agreed person.
Of course, both of them.
And note sheet, how she can go access to that Priyanka Chanda? If I do a mistake, my wife will be made responsible by the court.
No, it is a access of public.
This is not a matter of making mistake, right?
No. Assuming for a moment my client has committed wrong, and my wife will be held guilty of charges. Priyanka Chanda applied for certain information.
You are representing the government. Try to understand. Yes. You do not have a wife. You are the government. So it is not your wife making a mistake.
Law. We cannot go beyond the law.
Exactly. You cannot go beyond the law. Now you are relying upon certain information given to you by somebody else, and relying on that you transfer somebody. What are those documents relying on which you the petitioner was transferred?
I have placed before Lordship that there is a report by the AG Bengal that there is a post lying vacant.
There are posts lying vacant throughout the state in various departments. Is it your case there is no vacancy in and around Kolkata, in and around the place? It is you send him to Alipurduar.
No, but at this. What can see? His grievance is against the transfer.
No, I am not concerned about his grievance. He may have a grievance with his transfer. There is a different forum to look into it. The court is not concerned. The court is concerned as to why you are withholding information. Nothing else. The transfer issue is not over here.
Not only we have transferred 26%.
RTI has been shot by Priyanka, who is not an employee.
RTI has been shot for by Priyanka Chanda. Will kindly see we have transferred about 26%. Kindly see 22%.
Adjudicating court of the transfer order.
Kindly see
there is a stay of the division.
Except one or two, all have joined.
Except one or two, all have been joined.
It is up to you. Take steps against those who have not joined. That is your forum. That is your It is your work to do.
Yes.
You are to regulate your employees. That is a different thing. The court is not concerned.
Only that petitioner has not joined and asking for this information.
petitioner এখানে
আরে দাদা আবার ওই এটা কোথায় কাগজটা কোথায় গেল? না না ওটা নয়, ওই যেটা দিল যেটা কপিটা, ওই যেটা এজি বেঙ্গলে দিলাম যেটা, আচ্ছা না আরেকটা কপি নেই, আরেকটা কপিতে কই, আরেকটা কপিতে কই, এজি বেঙ্গলেরটা, এজি বেঙ্গলের কপিটা দিন।
ছিল সব থেকে বড় কথা আরটিআইটা করেছে কি আরটিআইটা করেছে কি
RTI has been made by RTI has been made by Priyanka Chanda.
He is an outsider, totally
Who
an
is outsider? He is not a government employee.
He is not an employee.
She is my wife.
So whatever it may be.
Whatever may be.
She cannot represent me.
Your sister,
My wife cannot
or maybe
represent
your
me
mother-in-law, we are not
in any concern.
He is a-
Filed by the Sudip Chandra.
and petition has been filed by.
So, writ petition has been filed by both of them.
They can petitioner number 2 can sort an information for the government, not being an employee of the government, because he's a wife of a state government servant.
And why এই কথাটা কোথাও লেখাও নেই. There is nothing.
Where is a
written
bar
in
in the RTI Act?
the application of
Then,
RTI.
Manat, how she can apply, get an information for the government file?
Any third person cannot get an information from the government.
No,
What are you saying?
But a third person provided, he is connected with that. She is an employee of the government.
May not be an employee. The Right to Information Act, does it mean that only the government employees will be provided information?
But what is this cause of
You
action?
should have a limit to making submissions. Somebody whispering something in your
No,
ear and you are just placing it before the court, a senior advocate, please do not do it.
But a kindly
Please,
do that.
you should know that you are a designated senior advocate
I've
and you should maintain this amount of the decency as to how submissions are to be made in court. Please.
But your lordship, but kindly consider, these two affidavits have been supplied to me just 5 minutes before me or 10 minutes before me.
No, that you want to take instruction, take it.
that I
No
want to
difficulty
ask.
with that.
That I
But
don't
then the
want-
submission that you are making,
No.
that a non-employee of a government cannot seek information on the
But-
Right
but-
to
but-
Information Act.
but-
Is this a submission?
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying
Even a class 1 candidate of a law student, the very first year candidate cannot make this type of submission. What you are making?
that I'm saying that, but one lady as along with the gentleman has sought for information. That lady is not a state government employee. This is my information.
The lady, is it required that only government employees will
No,
be
no,
given
no.
information?
Anybody can apply
Then
for information.
where is the bar in the lady making the application?
He's connected or has got some important reference.
Provided he is connected. If you go on making submission, the court will be bound to make remarks against you. Please do not do it.
And so far as these two affidavits, can you give me some?
Affidavit, you take time, no difficulty. But the submission that you are making, non-government employees will not be given provided information.
I'm not pressing that point, but kindly consider the report of the AG Bengal. The post of Industrial Development Officer, total sanctions 8, number ban in position 2, vacant post 6.
Even in the tribunal, the concerned court which is
train
looking
human
after it.
resources like factor for success in organization. General Manager, District Industry Center, Alipurduar has recorded sanctioned manpower strength. This position was employment status of the GM DIC Alipurduar as follows. This is the report we have received from the AG Bengal. Then, Malad, we have decided to transfer somebody to Alipurduar so that this requirement of the AG Bengal is fulfilled. Or office cannot. There is no other officer.
What type of government are you running? You have only one officer to take care of it. It's a shame. If the government cannot produce officers, recruitments are not being held, and you transfer one person for malafide intention, then this is absolutely not.
This is the proposition.
This is
transferred. Nobody should be transferred.
Don't try to put in words. Do not try to put in words.
This court is not hearing transfer.
But 6 persons
Forum is hearing the
vacant. 6 posts are vacant. We have transferred one of the officer to the Alipurduar. Whatever she information wants, that will be given. Give me some time so that I can supply to her.
When will you supply? And how much time do you need to supply?
Just give me 1 second.
But I have prayed for inspection.
You can give inspection. It is not required that you have to give the documents also. Prayer is there for inspection. Let him inspect.
Inspection and copy. Inspection and copy.
আমরা ওটা অ্যাপিলেট করেছি অ্যাপিলেটে আমরা যেটা অ্যাপিলেট যেটা চলতে পিটিশন নিতে অ্যাপিলেট ফোরাম অ্যাপিলেট ফোরাম
I'm been informed that my land fund has approached the appellate forum.
Yes.
Appellate
I've
forum.
given
What are the right to inform
the supplementary affidavit. And it was not a bar, your lordship.
It's been, he has filed it and the court has also recorded that that is in accordance with law. He can take any steps.
Yes.
There is no bar.
According to the appellate authority passed an order, we'll give information to her according to the direction of the appellate authority.
According to the direction of the appellate authority.
No, madam, we are yes.
When will you give the please filter instruction received? Please filter.
Kindly give me
The court has a lot of respect for you, the senior members, but that does not mean whatever comes to your ears, you'll pass it on to the court.
Let me check up these two affidavit and whatever the instruction is said, I'll verify.
When will the inspection be given? Let inspection be given.
Inspection
Please come.
But he is not the competent authority. We should talk to the director.
Exception to the information that has been produced before the court, filed by the petitioners in court today is taken on record. Stop. Supplementary affidavit on behalf of the petitioners be also taken on record. Stop. Copy of the same handed over to the learned advocate for the state respondents, not state, to the respondents in court today. Stop. Paragraph. The petitioner relies on the decisions delivered by the Honorable Supreme Court in support of the submission that the information sought for ought not to be sought for under the Right to Information Act, ought not to be withheld as the same would not have any repercussion on public security. Stop. The information concerns an employee and the employee himself is the writ petitioner before the court. Court, full stop hobe na, along with his wife, who made the application under the Right to Information Act. Stop. The petitioners have also made a prayer to permit inspection of the documents which triggered the transfer of the petitioner number 1. Stop. Next.
All are recorded in the note sheets of the government.
But what about the permission order of the law?
Next হচ্ছে
Note sheets are official records.
The information sought for is an absolute private information related to the petitioners. Stop. The same does not have any effect on public security, and there is hardly any reason to withhold such information. Stop. The said information may be used by the petitioners for their personal use. Stuff. These informations are not meant to be disclosed to the world. But when the employee has himself approached the authority to obtain certain information about his own service career, the authority ought not to withhold the same. Stop. On the prayer of the learned senior counsel representing the state respondents to take further instruction in the matter, hearing of the writ petition stands adjourned. Till 15th July. Stop. In the meantime, inspection of the documents be provided to the employee.
But instead of 15th, can it be on 16th?
16th. Shall be provided to the employee prior to the, in the meantime বললাম তো ঠিক আছে.
But the report submitted today, by the way.
Are you submitting any report?
Yes.
What are you submitting? এটা কি আজকে দিয়েছে?
All over on the last of it.
What is this?
Transfer.
Why will I keep this?
No. First page, 5 persons, lordship, who are within 200 kilometers. All the persons. First page, just 100 word in the.
দেখান. এটা হবে মনে হচ্ছে.
Another bunch. From the report of the AG Bengal, this is from the report of the AG Bengal and the first page. No, this one. This is the compliance report order passed by your lord.
ওনাকে দেখান.
Signed on 1st July 2025.
ফার্স্ট পেজটা
এই
ওই বাঞ্চের উপরে
Only two
ফার্স্ট
pages.
পেজটা
Just in the morning, you take a note of it.
এটা না, এটা তো না.
Yes, this one, right one.
No, you take this back because this is already on record in the supplementary. ওটা দরকার নেই, ওটা ফেরত দিয়ে দিন. সবই ফেরত দিয়ে দিচ্ছেন, সব ফেরত দিয়ে দিন. The court is not withholding any of your records. All records returned to you. Supplementary which has been filed by the petitioner is on record, which contains the 2 pages that you've supplied to the petitioner. Nothing is on record.